In this video, we're going to go over the anchor text strategy for local dentist. Let's jump into it. So the search term again is dentist Fort Worth. I'm in the Fort Worth area, so I figured I'd just do it my location. If you're in a different location, this video will still relate to the local dentist that you're working on. If you watch my last video about referring domains and backlinks, it's still the same. $9, around $9 per CPC, and it gets around 3,000 searches a month. So if we go down here, and if you look at these listings and compare them to my referring domains and backlink video, you'll notice that it's a little bit different. This is probably due to me I keep searching this dentist footwear term, and Google's like, maybe this guy hasn't found a dentist yet, so let's give him some different results. But it's still recommending some results that have a lot of referring domains and a strong backlink profile. So it's still the same story that we looked at in the last video. But in this video, again, we're going to look at the anchor text strategy for each one of these sites. So what I've done is I've grabbed the first 4 sites and I put them into Ahrefs so we can review the anchor text strategy for this niche. So I do have a blog post about backlinks and anchor text if you're not unsure what a backlink or an anchor text is. In short, an anchor text is just the link that people post on their website, the text that people click to go back to your website. So like this would be an anchor text right here. Once I click that, if that was your site, it would go to your website. But if we scroll down here, we kind of go over anchor text and what it is. So anchor text, there's like 4 different things, 4 or 5 different things. You have branded anchors, URL anchors, topic anchors, keyword anchors, and random anchors. So we're going to look at the dentist Fort Worth and see what these sites are using, what kind of anchor text strategy they're using to rank for dentist Fort Worth. Alright, so let's jump into it. If we go over to Ahrefs, you can see that I put Tillman Smiles in here, and they have this anchor text tab right here that we can click on. And if we sort by referring domains, we can look at what kind of anchor text they're using. So I normally open up Excel or a Word document and I kind of jot down what kind of anchor text that they're using. So you can see here they're using a URL, then they have a random. So again, I'm looking for what kind of anchors they're using, either branded, topic, keyword, random, URL. So you can see here that they're using a URL. This is a random anchor. This is an image anchor. Back to URL, 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 random, random. So this site doesn't have that many backlinks or referring domains. If we go back to the overview, you can see they only have 45, but they do have a UR rating of 26. So they're pretty strong referring domains, considering that they are sitting in the #1 position for my search result. So again, anchors. So I would jot down that the #1 guy currently is using a lot of URL and random anchor text. Alright, so if we go down to the second one, do the same thing. You can see they have 500 referring domains, so that's a lot. So we can expect a lot of different anchors. If we go into the anchors here, sort by referring domains, you can see again that they're using URL, URL, and here we go. We have topic and keyword anchors. So this is the exact keyword that we search for, dentist Fort Worth, and they have 111. And then we have family dentistry. So this is more topic. This is a keyword phrase here. Then we have Fort Worth dentist, Fort Worth Texas dentist, which is pretty similar to this one. So we can almost combine those. So that's 200 keyword anchors out of their 500 referring domains. Then we keep going. We have URL, URL, another keyword anchor. Then we have image, and then some random anchors. You see some of these branded are like doctor name, and well, the branded would be more what they're Fort Worth Texas dentist. So they might be getting away with this keyword anchors because of their exact match domain. So you might be careful if you considering you're not going to have this exact match URL, that might be the only reason why they're getting away using all of these keyword anchors. So I kind of want to go backtrack a little bit and tell you a little bit about anchors. So back in the day, for example, if I wanted to rank for dog food for my website, I would just go, of course there's need to be some on-site SEO and whatnot, but for all my backlinks and referring domains, I would just go out to all these different websites and I would get them to link to my website using the anchor phrase dog food. So I just get thousands of backlinks or however many it take with the anchor dog food. But Google caught on to that and started handing out penalties and deranking sites for over optimization of anchor text. So what people are doing these days are starting to do diverse, natural looking backlink profiles with different anchor text. So you can see Tillman's, they're using URL anchors. They got the doctor name, but here you see a lot of exact match, which I just said could get you a penalty. But considering they have a exact match domain for texasdentist.com, they could be getting away with, not getting a penalty because this is almost considered, or could be considered, branded anchors. Hope that makes sense. This blog post kind of goes in a little bit more detail if it's kind of everywhere. But let's move on to the third one here, Footwear Dental. So again, 127. I have a pretty strong UR compared to these other guys. If we go into the anchors, and we sort by referring domains, again, a pretty close exact match domain. You can see again they're using the URL. Images, here we have topic or random anchor, $99 cleaning, exams and x-rays. Then we have a random, then we have URL, then we have branded here. URL, dental implants. So again, in my Excel spreadsheet, again, I would say URL is looking like a pretty good indicator of what Google's looking for so far for the number one anchor text strategy for these top 3 sites so far. So let's move on to the fourth one. In this case it's 5th past Yelp, but you get the idea. They have 76. If we go into anchors here, go to referring domains, you can see here that again the URL, and then we have images, then we have branded, then we have doctor name, then we have the URL. So you can see that this guy is a good example of a non-exact match. They do have Fort Worth in domain, which probably helps for this keyword, considering I search for Fort Worth. But the very first guy doesn't. It's just his name, Tillman Smiles, and he's sitting in the top results. So take that into consideration when you're using your anchor text strategy, what kind of things they're doing. So I looked at these top 4. I would probably go, if I was in this industry and I was looking to rank, I can continue down the list and see what the other guys are using. I'd also go over to different cities like Arlington, Dallas, Crowley, and check out the anchor text strategy that these people are using in other cities to see what Google is looking for. Because if you look at these results, Google is giving you the exact blueprint of what they're looking for, what kind of anchor text strategy they're looking for. So if we look at this number 1 guy, that's pretty good considering he doesn't have an exact match domain like these other guys do, and he's still ranking number 1 currently. So of course there's some on-site strategy and some off-site stuff that goes into this anchor text strategy, but you get the idea. You can look at the number 1, 2, and 3 of the search term that you're going after, and also other cities, and kind of get an idea of the anchor text that Google is looking for these top rankings. So again, I do have a blog post over at localgrowthhackers.com that goes over this in a little bit more detail, especially if you're new to this. But if you have any questions, or if I didn't explain something that you need a little bit more detail, please feel free to reach out.